Hello everybody. Yes, I'm too old for toys, and I'm going to be making a start on this real grade RX-78-2, and I've decided to make things easy and break myself in with a little core fighter. So all the parts are already prepped, and just for a change I'm going to be trying to do everything in camera without any editing. I'm going to be asking for trouble. Snap. I'm going to be following the instructions, which is not something that I usually do. In cutting all the parts out, I noticed that I wasn't able to 100% successfully identify all the parts that were necessary just by eye. And it's not quite the same as building a smaller master grade or something similar to a high grade. The parts are very different. What's next? Notice that, look at that. Focus, yes, you'll find all the issues of slow focusing that you just noticed there that I have with this camera. An opening cockpit on a 1/144th scale core fighter. That is amazing. Next is this blue part. Ooh. Okay, that just sits there for the time being. Yeah, I like to cut all my pieces out first, and then usually you can look at the instructions and understand which part is which without referring to the numbers. Okay, what's going on here? Is this gonna... Ooh! No, that's not meant to do that. Is that right? It might be. Next is the vents. And this red body. I'm paying more attention to what I'm doing rather than keeping everything in frame on camera. Do forgive me. There is a port and peg here, so I'll stick the vents in to the white sides of the cockpit first and then slide it in. I was hoping that because this part is going to be covered up, then I wouldn't need to trim it quite so closely, but am I going to be able to get away with not trimming it? Maybe just. See there? I'm not sure that's going to go in because I didn't trim it properly. And I don't want to force it. Alright. Remember, kids, always cut away from yourself. In slow, controlled movements. You don't want any accidental dismemberment. And if you do it properly, you should still have all your fingers once you've completed your Gundam. Okay, I'm shaving off bits of plastic which hopefully will not be seen when it's completed. We'll try again. That's better. Okay, stick the nose cone back on. Not too happy with how that feels going in there. Ah! That sounded good. Right. And on to the next page. The sides of the coal fighter. Ooh, okay. This is the most detailed core fighter at this scale I have ever come across. Look at the accuracy out of the box, right? All the panels, which are meant to be white, meant to be red, meant to be blue, meant to be clear, they're all there already for you. You don't need to paint it. Of course you're meant to paint it, but you don't have to. That's the nice thing about these things now. Any recent Gunpla, you will probably get away with not painting. Okay, the tail fin pops into this little blue. Wow, these things look incredibly fragile, and I'm going to trim that. Normally in a master grade I probably wouldn't bother, but like I mentioned a moment ago, it seems like the tolerances in this kit, if you leave a tiny bit of nub, you risk not being able to fit it in. Okay, check the orientation. Yeah, this is the kind of thing you miss out on when I do editing. Fumbling with parts. Yes, even I fumble with parts as well. That slides in here. Nice. And looks like it's time for the wings. I was a bit too optimistic in thinking that I'd be able to get this done very quickly before, and not plugging this thing into the mains, my camera I mean. Little snap. Hurry up before I run out of juice. And okay, so the boosters, there's a frame around that, and I think it's done. Let's stick in the landing gear as well. Yeah, I think this is the first one with removable landing gear. That's pretty amazing in a 1:144 scale. Come on. There we go. He's done. The 1:144 scale core fighter with removable landing gear, and he's transformable, so let's show off his opening cockpit again and see how he looks. Nice. There's no pilot in there, which is a shame, or is there? Not that I can tell, I may be wrong. So let's transform him. Let's remove his landing gear. There and there. Shift that down. Tail fin will pivot down, and is it going to move upwards? Yes, it is. That is an incredible piece of engineering, to be able to get the core fighter to be transformable at this size. That'll do for tonight. I'm off to bed.